Okay, well, the children are studying human rights at the moment, and the reason that I wanted to use the routine of I see and I wonder is because I wanted to give the children an opportunity to look at situations where children didn't have their rights. The beauty of this routine is that it forces the children to slow down and to really look at what the pictures see and to focus on what is it that they really see. And then they can wonder about what that might mean. It stops them from drawing conclusions too quickly. Yesterday we looked at the conventions of the right of the child, and today we're going to carry on looking at that. The way that I want to do it is I want to give you some photographs to look at, and I want you to use a routine. I want you to use the routine we've used before. I see and I wonder. Okay, this aside. I've got a picture here, and it's not one that actually anybody's going to use. It's just one that I chose to show you now. Okay, so if we were to say, what do you see? What are the kinds of things that you might say about this? Alex?
Children saluting.
Children. You can see that they've got their hands up and they're saluting. Very good. Hyungjun.
I see a blackboard over there.
Okay, you see a blackboard. Is there any writing on the blackboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some writing on the blackboard. Miller?
A flag.
A flag.
I
Yeah.
see a girl dressed like a maid.
Okay, now look what you notice. You say dressed like a maid, but what is it about the girls' dresses that you notice?
They're old.
They're old.
They're old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned. Okay, and what is it about them that makes you say that they're old-fashioned?
Because we don't wear like those dresses nowadays.
Okay.
We wear like these kind of modern clothes.
What do you think might be going on with those children?
Singing. The saluting.
They seem to be saluting. So that's another one of I see, isn't it? I see them saluting. So I see a group of children. I see them saluting.
Maybe they're in an assembly or something.
Jin?
I wonder if they're singing their national song.
Okay, now why would you say...
They're looking
That
at the flag and then they're going like this.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this part, and then when we've all think that we've finished with this part, we're going to come together as a whole class again, and we're going to discuss what we found out about the different rights. It's going to be for Dhruv and Severin and Jun. Okay. All right.
Okay, what do you think is going on?
Like they come from different countries.
Summer tribes. Or is it the one? The girl is worried. We see.
How can you tell if it's a girl? I think it's a boy.
I doubt that
We see a boy or girl who looks worried.
I wonder where they're from.
Maybe it's the Second World War.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You think it might be in the Second World War. And what is it that's making you say that?
This and the German.
Because they don't really have.
Oh, this is written in German, is
Yeah,
it?
it says they're not allowed, I think.
No, their stuff
Okay.
isn't.
And this, they have it against a Jewish.
Is this what is this sign here, Noah?
That's the Star of David.
That's the Star of David. And what do you think's being said here in this picture here?
Yeah, it's not like he ate a lot. It doesn't
look like Freddy, like boom.
Oh, come on.
He's like so hard.
Swallow, because he couldn't eat. Yeah.
Oh, I think he's doing
Okay, so you're saying over here, what do you think's going on? I think the kids are being forced to work. What makes you think they might be being forced rather than actually having agreed to?
I mean, he probably wanted to do it, but I mean, I don't think that kid would really want to be making. I don't think that's the nicest job. Yeah. He'd probably have another job.
Rather go to school?
Yeah.
Now, the next one's really interesting. You've said, I wonder if they are orphans. What made you say that?
It looks like they don't have a home, and also him. Yeah. Kind of looks like he lives there, maybe, but I don't really know. But we just thought some of them looked a bit like they didn't have a place to go to live. I mean, like these ones, these 5, they look like they had somewhere to go. But these 3 people, they looked a bit.
And what do you think you were basing that idea on? When you're looking at them, what is it that you can see about them that maybe thinks they have a home to go to?
They have clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 billion. All right, so. Okay, well done. So let's have a look at this. You've talked about the background that you've seen and the rubbish everywhere, child asking for something, the lady on her own with her baby, wearing dirty clothes. And over here you've said, I wonder if they are poor. I wonder if
There was war.
If there's been a war. I wonder if that's why the walls have got broken. I wonder if he's a beggar because he has a small bucket. I wonder if that's her job, but she doesn't get much money. This is the little girl cleaning the rubbish. I wonder if it's because they don't have any food, that their tummies are swollen. Oh, and the children are crying.
Yeah, and in America they got too much.
Yeah, with McDonald's, Burger King, pizza.
Right. Okay, you've done a really good job of looking at those pictures. I can see you've really tried to find an explanation for what's going on, and I really like the way that you used what you already know, things that you've already seen maybe on television or news reports. What we're going to do is you're going to come with your table and your photograph and come and sit up at the board, and we're going to see what conclusions we can draw about the pictures, and then you get a chance to look at each other's pictures as well. Hyungjun and Alex, can you tell us, quite simply, what was the big idea that you got from looking at these pictures? What were the things you were noticing and thinking might be going on?
Quite a lot of slavery.
But I'm going to pull you back a little bit, Alex, and ask you, what was it that you were seeing in all of the pictures then? What were you seeing before you got to the idea of slavery? What was it you were actually seeing?
We saw that all of the children were working.
Yeah.
And we wondered if they were forced to work.
Okay, yeah. Because, and why were some of the reasons that you thought that maybe they were being forced to work?
Because, like, some of the jobs that the people had were like one of the ones at the very top in the middle. Yeah. There are 2 children and they have bags on their back, and we thought they were maybe carrying garbage.
Yeah.
And they were being forced to do that.
Their faces were all serious.
They're concentrating. The one
carrying the bricks.
carrying the bricks.
I don't know.
Drew?
I'm sure that they obviously don't want to work, and they would much rather go to school. So I wonder if they've been driven by the extreme poverty.
Yeah.
And maybe their parents are making them work.
Okay, great. Now look, everybody, you've all done a really good job on each of your different pictures, and we'll share the others. And the idea of this is that then we'll be able to look at the connections between these different photographs and what's going on in different children's lives, and be able to draw a big conclusion about the rights of the child. I've used this routine several times during the year already, but what I was delighted to see was that it was becoming easier for them to do it. They were not getting distracted and forming conclusions too quickly. They were really looking carefully. And I think that the routine, although it's getting at thinking, it's also a social skill. It also is developing that social interaction, that ability to listen to each other and to think about what somebody else is saying. And so the thinking that happens in the classroom becomes more exciting because they're starting to build explanations and pictures, and they help each other to understand the situation better.